This is just a real quick walkthrough demo for your assignment 2, the ANOVA for regression. So I was getting a lot of questions and I just wanted to post this quickly to clarify. So if you take a look, we've got R open. I already have the syntax in. You have that syntax in a handout, so you can load it. First thing you do is you load these libraries. I had some questions that sent me last night that it wasn't running, and people were worried that maybe R wasn't set up right. It's set up perfectly fine on campus, but it has to retrieve all these different libraries. And to do that, see the 3 little dashes, they're right next to the left of the 1 on your keyboard. You have to have that in there. That starts a chunk of code, and then it ends with the same little debuggs. Note also that I can put anything I want to with a number sign, and what I'm doing with that is I'm just putting in notes, so it won't read it. I'm going to go out. I'll run this piece by piece. So here's the data set assigned to. I read in the data. Here it is. Then I do the regression analysis. And there could be, depending on what your data looks like, it'll be different for everybody. You may or may not have missing data, so that you want to add the NA action equals NA.exclude. That removes any missing data. Really critical that you compare the N you have in R with the N from SPSS. And then the analysis runs. So I've already done this. So let's just take this in pieces. You can do this little by lit. If you're trying to figure out where the errors are, I'd recommend doing these little pieces. So you just run that chunk, it runs fine. You can see down there. Then we run the next chunk. It loads the library. Don't worry about it being read. It just is what it is. Then we're going to run the analysis here. We're going to run this chunk. We click on it. And it runs the whole analysis for us. It's also running down here. Now, you want to get some output to turn in. So you go to knit. I always think that's a funny phrase. Knit, and you could knit to Word. You could knit, probably not to HTML. I think that's going to end up with a zip file that way, which isn't great. So you can knit to Word. Takes a minute. And voila, you have it. And it prints everything out for you. This was printing out the support variable a little strangely, but nonetheless, it's there. So it'd be very, very important to look at, here's the missing values. I had 42 missing on family support, 435 on my dummy code for Latino. Important to go through. And this should match absolutely exactly to your output. Don't worry if you're getting, I'm thinking of all the questions that I've received. Let me find an example. Right here. 1.3 e to the minus 11, that's scientific notation. That just means move the decimal place over 11 spots to the left. Doesn't mean there's an error. Anyway, so there you have it. I hope this is helpful.